Hi everyone, it's Justine. Welcome back to this channel. I love to look at what people pin onto their Pinterest boards. I'm very curious. It's super insightful because it tells you what they like, what they have on their minds, what they might want to buy, shop in the future. So if you put all those pins together over time, you get really clear trends and peaks. Pinterest collects that information and releases a trend report every year. Their new report is out. So here are 14 trends for 2019 with examples and where I think they're coming from, because sometimes you can really see them coming. You'll see what I mean. I will start with menswear and then move on to women's wear. Let's go. First, menswear. By the way, I ranked the keywords, the trends, in order of search volume growth from small to big. So the more we go through this list, the bigger the trends are on Pinterest at least. The first one is light wash denim. Full-on 90s revival. I've mentioned in a video, I think 2.5 years ago on this channel, that the 90s were coming back big time and that the 80s would be over soon. We are in the middle of it right now. It's peaking soon. So Clueless is back in. Mom jeans have been around for some time. The next big thing, I'm sure, will be those headbands. The huge one, also so 90s. What was missing was bleached denim. Nothing says 90s more than bleached denim and distressed denim. So expect this trend to grow even bigger in 2019. Then mismatched prints. Remember that we're in menswear where mixing prints and colors is not exactly normal yet. It's still quite a bold thing to do, I would say, compared to the classic menswear style. So did the new creative director at Gucci have an influence there? He mixes prints a lot, so most likely, because he's been very influential in the last seasons. But not just him, also a generation of designers who are coming from streetwear, street art, and who are mixing media on paper or on fabric. That calls for super bold mixes of colors and of textures. Then vintage watches. If you've seen many sponsored posts of nice wristwatches that are not fitness watches on Instagram lately, that's no coincidence. Brands like these are advertising like crazy and they're hyped because they represent a quality alternative to the booming market of fitness watches, which are mainly in plastic. Actually, I have a board about watches on my Pinterest account. This is my Pinterest name. I kept it private so far, but I will make it public. If you're looking for inspiration other than fitness watches, I like traditional ones. You will find inspiration there. Next one, quarter socks. Remember how last year was all about sheer socks? That was a trend coming from Asia, and it was both in menswear and womenswear. It was all over the place and huge on Pinterest. Well, this year it's quarter socks. Things change because it shows between the shoe and the hem of the pants, which is usually cropped. More on this in a minute because that's another trend that's huge and growing. It's an opportunity to set an accent of color in an otherwise maybe monochromatic outfit. Then plaid pants. It's a fast rising and oh so British trend. So the British people among you will say, that's nothing new, we've had plaids forever. And you're really, really good at making plaids. There is huge know-how in your region of the world. But in 2019, the trend will be not just regional, really global. Think McQueen, Vivienne Westwood, Scottish clothing, which I'm a huge fan of. This is your year. Then corduroy. You know, it's this fabric that you can pet in one direction or the other and it changes the color. I don't like it so much because it's not very durable. It can rub off very quickly from sitting down in the bum area or on the knees. But okay, every couple of years corduroy is back in. This year apparently is a year of corduroy. Crop trousers is another huge word growing like crazy. It has been a thing for a while already in high fashion tailoring. The gentlemen on the red carpets of this world have been wearing crop pantsuits for at least 1 or 2 years, so 4 seasons. It goes really well with the quarter socks trend that I've mentioned earlier. It's matching really. But if you're watching from Berlin or you have been to Berlin, you probably think, in Berlin, we've been wearing crop pants with colored socks for years, way more than 5 years already. And it's true that in terms of street style, Berlin is often ahead of other regions of the world. It's a good source of inspiration. Sling bags. This search grew by over 1,100 points versus last year. So it's a boom. It's the biggest trend in menswear for 2019, according to Pinterest. It's more elegant than a backpack. It gives you more freedom of movement. It's focusing on craftsmanship. If you look on Pinterest, all the bags are very high quality and premium materials. The biggest trend of this year in menswear is in fact an accessory. It's funny. Moving on to women's wear. For women's wear, the trend peaks are going from plus 200 to plus 2,000 points, so the peaks are a lot bigger. The first one is African print fashion. Do you know, for instance, what batik is? B-A-T-I-K. I'm not sure how to pronounce that properly. I'm just wondering, did I say that right? Probably not. Please let me know. You design a pattern with wax onto a piece of cloth. Then you dye that piece of fabric and the dye won't go where you had the wax. So it's a resist dyeing technique. Then you remove the wax and that gives you the pattern. It's very time intensive and hard to make by hand, but now mass market and ready to wear brands are finding inspiration in that traditional technique and they try to mimic the kind of patterns you would get with the hand technique. Then oval sunglasses, because ladies and gentlemen, cat eye sunglasses are out, according to Pinterest. Now sunglasses should be oval and really thin. So they sit here on the tip of the nose and you can really still look above them. I'm pretty sure that this trend was started by the models, so the likes of Gigi Hadid and the Kardashians. May I also add that that's definitely a thing we got from the 90s as well. Think Clueless. Then snake prints. Animal prints are always in some way, at least if you look at Italian design, it's a classic for them. But the animal varies depending on the year, and this year apparently it's the snake. If I'm honest, I'm not sure why. So do you have any idea where this trend is coming from? Next one. Sit tight. Biker shorts. Plus 1,300 points in searches versus last year. This trend is, I believe, definitely a Kardashian trend, and I think it was Kim Kardashian who first wore biker shorts among the major influencers, combined not with a gym outfit, but with a chic evening outfit. Outrage at that time. All the critics made fun of her. Now it seems that she single-handedly started a whole new trend. That's real influence. Statement sneakers. For several years now, sneakers have been invading the runways more and more. Now even Chanel Couture is showing sneakers on the runway together with haute couture looks. Sneakers have become a pair of shoes that you can really wear every day. So you don't own just one pair that you wear to go to the gym anymore. You own several pairs. And so looking for statement sneakers means that you need a specific style to mix and match with specific outfits. This trend makes total sense and it will no doubt keep growing this year. Bamboo bags. Bamboo is really, really trending right now, and here is why. Plastic bags, plastic cutlery, plastic is being banned from supermarkets in many countries, little by little, especially in Europe, by law. So that's not going to be an option anymore one day, hopefully soon. Then the interest for sustainability is growing globally across industries, not just in fashion. Bamboo comes in at this point. It is very affordable, it's extremely light, and it's super environmentally friendly. So bamboo is being used more and more in all industries, including to create fibers that serve the textile industry. If you enjoyed this trend review, thumbs up. Thank you very much. Which trend did you like most? Are there trends where you thought, never heard of it? Do we need that? Why is it that big on Pinterest? Let's discuss. I'm looking forward to your comments. There is one more thing that I urgently need to tell you. We have crossed 500,000 subscribers on this channel. I would like to thank you for all your support, for your interest, for spreading the word. Imagine 500,000. So if each one of you talks to just one more person, that's 1 million already. And it's such a big number, so many zeros. Thanks also to everyone who has been spending time to translate my videos, so to add subtitles under my videos. This is extremely helpful for the people who don't speak English fluently but still would like to watch and understand. Thank you for them. In a nutshell, thanks to all of you very much. I will see you soon in a new video, and until then, take care. Bye bye.